Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Today I have a lot to freaking talk about. We're going to be talking about why Niko Kovac has to go now. Not tomorrow, not in January. He has to go now. We need Erik Ten Hag. Please, Ajax. Ten Hag has been trash. He couldn't beat Chelsea. He couldn't beat anyone. Okay, fire Ten Hag. We need Ten Hag. Niko Kovac, I'm done with this guy. He's an absolute clown. First of all, this is not the way I'd like to return. I would have wanted to return with the new third kit that I just ordered, and it's gonna arrive a few more days, and I'm gonna be wearing the third kit with my name on it. But I'm here talking about Niko Kovac. This guy literally lives rent free in my head, and it's the saddest thing ever. But he has to go. Niko Kovac has to freaking go. I think I'm at the point where I just don't see the path with him. I just don't see what he's going to offer us in the future, and Ancelotti had worse stats, but Kovac is getting away with it. Let me tell you why. Because he's an ex-Bayern player. There's absolutely no reason he should actually be anywhere close to this. But he's getting away with it because he's an ex-Bayern player, and the club loves him. They love him. I don't know why they're obsessed with him, but they love him. Especially Unai Hoeneß. Niko Kovac must be holding nudes, because there's no way he should still be in the job. First of all, the board of Bayern have this thing where they're like the Bayern way. They're talking about how Bayern is playing the Bayern way, how we're supposed to play a certain way. That's the Bayern way, right? Yet you hire the coach that has no actual philosophy that aligns with the Bayern way. Kovac was not playing possession-based, attacking, pressing football at Eintracht Frankfurt. He was playing a back three, which was easily just a back five, and he would press in the wide areas. Niko Kovac does not align with the Bayern way. He would let his opposition have the ball, and then he would press them when they get to his own half. Okay? That is not the Bayern way. It doesn't resemble our way. Niko Kovac's style suits a team like Eintracht Frankfurt, because for them it's all about going at it, whereas as Bayern we are expected to be the ones attacking teams. So Kovac hasn't got a clue. Another thing I hate about Niko Kovac is his substitutions. Is this guy allergic to substitutions below the 70th minute? Is he actually allergic? Look, the game is going. He doesn't understand. Sometimes in football, shifts in momentums change, right? The game starts flowing a certain type of way. The opposition starts pouncing on you, attack after attack. As a manager, for me, I want to be a manager at some point in the future. I think I have what it takes to be a manager, right? As a manager, as the momentum shifts, you should expect the momentum to shift. If you score a goal and the other team is at home, expect them to come at you. If the momentum is shifting, you should be making changes. You should start saying, okay, maybe let's change this. Let's bring in a new attacker. Let's take this off. Let's change formation. Let's go to a 4-3-3. Let's go to a 4-4-2 to deal with maybe an extra man out wide. I don't know. Do something. He just sits there and waits till the 75th minute. Then he puts on what is someone going to do for 5 minutes? What is Thomas Müller going to do for 5 minutes? What player? A player, you give him 30 minutes if you really want him to have a change on the game. What I like about Liverpool is Klopp will make changes in the 52nd minute, right? Because he knows the players, that the game is going to change around the 55th minute. The game's going to change in the 60th minute. The dynamic of the game, right? So he brings on not only fresh legs, but he does it with an intent, maybe to control the game or to win it. But what Klopp does so well is he gives players minutes in the game. 30 minutes is a long freaking time. And when a player feels that you need about 15 minutes, 10 minutes to get into the rhythm of the game, to get your groove on. Kovac gives you 5 seconds. It's absolutely dead. I'm done with this guy. I can't be bothered. I don't actually know what he does. I don't know why he's a coach. I think they were going to fire him last season, regardless of if he won the double. They didn't, right? And you know what the most annoying thing is? Kovac has this ego, right? Whenever his team does something good, he tends to take credit. And whenever his team does something bad, he tends to give the blame to the team. It's never his fault. It's never his fault. The substitutions, he never takes ownership. And a coach, what you're meant to do is protect your players. What good coaches do is they take the blame, they go to the locker room and pounce on the players. What is Kovac going to tell Kimmich? That, oh, Kimmich, I needed you here. No, he's made Kimmich a dead player. Kimmich has had pretty much no assists that I know of this season. I don't remember the last time Kimmich gave an assist. It's dead. Niko Kovac is not competent. He is incompetent, right? And another thing that's pissing me off, Thomas Müller. What is this disrespect to Müller, right? What is this disrespect towards him? Thomas Müller is an actual professional. Every manager in world football would love to have a player like Müller, a player that will give 150% to you on the pitch, will keep working hard, will never stop running, do what he's told, and score goals and assists at the same time. Müller has had more goal contributions and assists this season than Coutinho has. That's crazy. And to top it off, he's had more goal contributions, he's had more assists, expected goals and expected assists than Eriksen, James Rodriguez, and a few other players that are key in your Isco as well, combined. Okay? That means Müller's goal output is literally exceeding what people expect him to do. So, my question is, what is this disrespect towards Thomas Müller? What is this? Müller is a brilliant player. If he leaves Bayern, I will never forgive this Croatian bastard for that. Because it's just, I'm not a fan of him, okay? First of all, I want all Bayern managers to succeed. That's why I want him to succeed. Why would I not want him to succeed, right? But you sometimes make it harder for me to support you. When you come out and say your previous team's fans are the best, right? You're disrespecting every fan that pays hundreds of dollars and hundreds of pounds or euros every single season to go watch Bayern games. You're disrespecting them. You're disrespecting the fans that travel to Anfield and Madrid all over Europe every season to go watch you play. Nico, with Eintracht Frankfurt, they were in the Europa League. You're not in the Champions League. The most deadly competitions. People die in the stands just because no one people. It's just crazy. How can he get away with saying this? That his former team's fans are better than Bayern fans. That's absolutely disgraceful. I am not a fan of that. Let me move over to the live freaking table. Here we have Mönchengladbach at first, right? We have Bayern in second. And one of the most annoying things is the goals we've conceded. We have conceded 11 goals this season from 9 matches played. That is abysmal. Okay, Nico, what is the point of getting Benjamin Pavard and Lucas Hernandez? You cannot say this guy hasn't been backed. How can you say he hasn't been backed in terms of defense? We needed defenders last year. He got two very capable defenders. And he's turned Alphonso Davies into a defender. There's no reason we should be conceding 11 goals. My thing is, what is this guy working on in training? What is he coaching these players to do? How is he telling them to defend? Because it seems like we're just all over the place. And it's not a coincidence to me that some of the most capable defenders in terms of aerial ability just lose out in weird battles. I don't get it. And on top of that, because Niklas Süle isn't rested properly, he's injured. I'm not blaming Kovac, I'm just saying it's something that's happened. Süle, he's my guy. You guys know I love Niklas Süle. He's one of my favorite Bayern players, and he's injured for the rest of the season. And it just annoys me because if Kovac rested him, these little dynamics in football change things. And it's annoying. It's absolutely annoying to me how Kovac has not realized what he's doing. How the board of Bayern haven't realized this. I think KHR realizes this. Unai Honeb, or Honez, how less, man, how less is this guy? But I think he realizes it, but he's trying to appease the fans and also appease the manager. He's always the weird guy in the middle. This guy needs to be sacked. What Ten Hag is gonna bring in is a new style of play that resembles the Bayern way, and with his own tweaks. And also, he won't make substitutions in the 77th minute, for goddamn sake. And another thing that I really don't like about Kovac is his just man management and also demeanor. For me, if you're a Bayern manager, Bayern is a club full of arrogance. Our fans are arrogant, our board is arrogant, we've always had arrogant players. We have reason to be arrogant. We're 5-time European champions. We are literally third in terms of how many Champions League we've won. Right? We are third. Okay? We have stature. We've had some of the greatest players ever to play in football play for us. Franz Beckenbauer, one of the best centre backs, played for Bayern. Our board, 2 members, have been world-class players. We've had players that win Ballon d'Ors after Ballon d'Or. We've had it all. We're the gold mine of a football club. We should have arrogance. We should go to Anfield and be arrogant and say we're gonna get something out of that. We're gonna win, right? We should go anywhere and claim we're gonna win. We've beaten Arsenal 10-2 on aggregate in the UEFA Champions League, and it wasn't just a bunch of dead games. It was in the knockout stages. What team has beaten? We have the record for the most away goals in a single match in Europe. Okay, I think not away goals in a single match against Spurs 7-2. We should go to every game with confidence. This manager makes me want to cry every time he opens his mouth. It's we could try. We may have to. It's always dead. Okay, he doesn't have a clue. And I'm going to move over to the Bayern fixtures now. These are some of the fixtures that we've had. We had Spurs away in the Champions League, won that 7-2. I'm still celebrating. I don't care. Then we had Hoffenheim at home, lost 2-1. Then we had Augsburg away, drew 2-2. Deservedly drew 2-2. And then we have Olympiacos. And then we barely won by a goal. And also, we had Union Berlin at home. We could have pretty much lost that game. And we had Bochum in midweek, Tuesday. And we won 2-1 because of a Thomas Muller last-minute goal. And Bochum had loads of chances to go ahead and take us out. And what is the point of me showing each and every one of these matches? First of all, what is this guy doing? Right? What is his tactics? Because each and every one of those matches, we had a dead style of play, right? Our opponents usually played a lower block. They were really defensive. I think every opponent we played since Spurs have been really defensive, right? But we have no freaking way to penetrate them. Like, there's no penetration in the team. It's absolutely mad and sickening to me that a team with Thiago Alcantara in midfield, with Goretzka, who makes runs into the box, with wingers who are quick, with attacking midfielder Coutinho, who can play any type of pass in the world, with all these creative players, we're not creating anything. And Kimmich, who can open up a defense with a single cross. There's nothing that we've done in these games. Another thing that's pissed me off about these games is Kimmich. Kimmich has played right back. I've said he can't play CDM. He doesn't have the body, the athleticism. He has the energy, he just does not have the athleticism to play CDM. For me, he's not the strongest in the world, so we keep him at right back. He's golden at right back. He'll move up down the pitch constantly. He'll put in crosses and get loads of assists. He'll even do well defensively. He's not the greatest at it, but he'll put in a shift every game. What has Kovac done? Kovac has instructed his wingers, Serge Gnabry and Kingsley Coman, to stay wide. Kimmich, I think, he got like he got the highest assists in the season by a defender in in the Bundesliga or maybe in Europe, I'm not sure. But He had so many assists because of his role in the byline, in getting crosses in, and in playing with Serge Gnabry. Kimmich would sometimes play Serge in, then Serge would just make a cross to Lewandowski. Or Gnabry would play Kimmich, and Kimmich would just spray the ball over to Coman, and Coman would tap in. We scored so many goals last season doing that. We won so many games because of those clutch moments. And Niko Kovac is doing away with it. He's told Gnabry and Kingsley Coman, well, that's at least what the sources, that's what I've seen in the games, to stay wider. You see, Coman is staying so much wider, and it's making our attack dead. There's no dynamism. There's no freedom in the wingers. It seemed like last season, when Kovac was a bit under pressure, he told the players, go out and play. And Serge Gnabry, Robert Lewandowski, Joshua Kimmich, Thiago Alcantara took every game by the scruff of the neck and won it for him. And what is he doing with these players? First of all, he's limiting Lewandowski's goal scoring. Lewandowski likes crosses, okay? He can score goals from pretty much anywhere on the pitch. Free kicks, he could probably score from a goal kick from Neuer. He could score with his butt. This guy can do flips and score, but Lewandowski likes crosses. Any freaking center forward should love crosses because it's one of the easiest ways to disrupt the defense. You just make a move and they get confused, they can't defend the cross, and you just tap it in or you head it in. That's what Lewandowski wants. He wants Kimmich putting in crosses, and Kimmich, needs to be in the byline, but Kovac has done away with it. Alaba was putting in crosses as well, and his output will go down. And this is annoying because Kovac wants Kimmich to push into the midfield. Another thing that I have to talk about. Robert Lewandowski has been carrying this team every single game since Spurs. He's been carrying this team. He's carried us at Hoffenheim, and also Dortmund's bottles have been carrying us. These type of bottles, bro, they don't know how to win. Dortmund could be like 6 points clear right now. We've drawn 2 games. Wait, no, have we? Looking at the Bundesliga table, once again here, Bayern Munich have drawn 3 games and lost 1. Dortmund could be realistically 9 points ahead if they won most of their games, but they decide to draw when we draw. And RB Leipzig used to be on top, but then they lost 2 stupid games a game to Freiburg, and we're only where we are because of the teams around us. If Dortmund really wanted this league, first of all, they would probably employ a very, very tactical coach and get in someone like Farke from Norwich, and they would absolutely go for us, but they're not. So the verdict on this video I've just explained why Niko Kovac cannot be trusted. For me personally, he won a double, yes, but have you thought about how much was that double down to the players? How much was that down to the deadliness of Serge Gnabry, and not actually the tactical aspect of it? In games where managers knew what they were doing, like Jurgen Klopp, we were absolutely useless, right? How much of what we've seen from Bayern in terms of, we playing football, how much has that been down to just the brilliance of the players? And how much has that been to the players being up for it? For me, most of it. Niko Kovac does not have a tactical philosophy. He doesn't. For me, I see Ten Hag. People are saying Mourinho to win the Champions League. If Mourinho comes to Bayern, here's exactly what we'll do. He'll be promised 300 million. He'll get 300 million. He'll get a defensive midfielder like Casemiro, or he'll go for someone like Kante, right? He'll buy Kante for 120 million from Chelsea, because Chelsea don't even seem to be using Kante. He gets injured a lot now, right? And then what he'll do is he doesn't like flair players like Thiago, so he'll get midfielders like Delaney, or I'm just saying, or like Axel Witsel, and he'll get these guys, and these are the players he's gonna want to play for him. And then we'll win the Champions League, and then we won't win anything for another 3 years because we'll have a much older squad. He'll probably love a player like Lewandowski, He'll probably love Thomas Muller, Jose Mourinho, but he'll sell Serge Gnabry, and he'll actually buy Ivan Perisic, and he'll actually sell Kingsley Coman, because Mourinho does not like flair players. Perisic is not a flair player. Mourinho wanted Perisic at Manchester United, right? So he'll sell all our flair players, the ballers, the ones that win us games, the ones that make football entertaining, and he'll sell a lot of the young players that we want to go through. Alphonso Davies will be put on the bench, right? Alaba will stay, Boateng will stay, Niklas Süle will stay, Lucas Hernandez. But Lucas Hernandez, let's be real, Mourinho does not like short players. You know, he likes players like Fellaini, Matic, because they're over 6'2", and they'll be the hoofball merchants, right? So we'll win the Champions League. It's almost a given with Mourinho, because he has so much tactical knowledge, right? He'll win us the Champions League. He'll win us the Bundesliga. Actually, I'm not sure about the Bundesliga, right? Because if Dortmund play better than us, they might win it. If Leipzig keep what they're doing and keep it up, they'll win it, right? So Mourinho wins us the Champions League. The next season, he starts falling out with players like Lewandowski. Lewandowski wants to play more attacking football, right? Kimmich maybe wants to go forward more, or Niklas Süle feels he's too far back, or Alaba feels like he wants to get assists, and then he might sell Alaba or Kimmich to Dortmund, honestly, or Kimmich to like Liverpool, Kimmich to like Barcelona. They want Kimmich, right? And then Kimmich is gone, and then we have like two players that start for us around 25. Goretzka's gonna stay, and Tolisso might stay, because they're players that are more physical and move forward and also defend good, right? So all that, and then Mourinho, after the 2 seasons, right? He's fallen out with key players. Lewandowski's not happy. 3rd season, it goes down. 4th season of Mourinho being in, and we need a rebuild that's going to last 10 years. That's what Real Madrid have struggled with, except Madrid have spent $1 billion this summer. They don't really care. Or if you're Manchester City, you don't really go through this. But Chelsea, right? Look at Chelsea. Look at Porto. Look at Inter Milan. Inter Milan need a rebuild, right? It's because Mourinho is a quick fix. He's not a fix. So we have to get Ten Hag. Ten Hag, he's only 50, right? He has a style of play. He's gotten to the Champions League semi-finals. He's proven that he can go 1v1 against top managers in Europe. He's the guy. Let's go for him. And yeah, that's it for this stream. Thank you for watching so much. I hope you understand why I'm Kovac out, and why a lot of Bayern fans feel they have to get this guy out. For me, he's a disease, and like any disease, you have to treat it with things that are going to work, right? You can't just bring in another disease like Mourinho. You can't bring anyone else in. You have to bring in someone with a tactical philosophy, someone who solves the problems that Kovac does not have the solutions to, right? And that's just what my opinion is. Remember, football is all about opinions. So yeah, that's it for watching. Mia San Mia, and peace.